December 20th, and January 10th. I would still do one more, okay? Because what we're trying to do is stay top of mind. I've told the story a bunch of times. I sold for 15 years. 14 out of 15 years, February, I put more things under contract in February than any month. 14 out of 15 years. Okay, that can't be coincidence. So what's happening at that time? Okay? Basically, the biggest time of buyer pin-up demand is right now, okay, of the whole year. October, November, December. More and more buyers kind of went, it's the holidays. I'm going to make a New Year's resolution. I'm going to buy a house in 2020. And all that comes out now. When I sold in the 90s, it used to be the 10th. Nothing happened until the 10th. Now it happens January 2nd. Yeah. Okay? So you have all that demand coming online at the same time. If you're top of mind, that's going to be you. So these months, prepare for it. Prepare, you're going to work a lot. Okay? There's nothing like getting your year off to a fast start. I don't care if you had made $1 million a year. In your mind as a realtor, you're at zero right now. Okay? So psychologically, mentally, that you have deals in the hopper, you're having closings, it gives you a comfort level where you're not pressing. So the key is, let's get something under contract quick, let's close something quick. Real strategy for your career or your year progressing the way you want. So I told my family, again, I had young kids at the time, told my wife, told my kids, here's the gig, January and February, you're not going to see me. You'll see me at night, okay? Every Saturday, I show 3 people. Every Sunday, I show 3 different people, okay? And all that 2 weeks to show, all of it went under contract in February, okay? So now is the time. Mentally, I'm working. Now is a huge time that you can really get your year out of the gate quickly in a fast start. So I've never seen anything like it, just all the reports I'm hearing. So do one more touch. Hopefully you did your touches. But this is like nothing I've ever seen as far as the power of this. I agree with you totally. Okay? Interest rates low. Equity markets at high. People have money, they're confident. And just a lot of good reports. So as you know, we've been keeping track of this all last year. Last year there was much more recession talk. Okay? We've been on an 8-year incredible up run. Just economic logic would say that the longer you go on a run, because this is the world, this is markets, we have to correct at some point. So we've been on a long run. So this was kind of our scoreboard here, okay? Well, actually some things have changed since last year, even on the negative side. So Charlie, who's probably our top local economist, he loves information like this, I do too, sent me this yesterday. So this is actually from Goldman Sachs, who is no slouch, in the world of money. So Goldman Sachs is saying the economy is nearly recession-proof. That's the headline. Okay, that alone scares me. Okay? The minute you say that's scary in itself. Okay? The U.S. economy is structurally less recession-prone today. I'm not going to read Goldman Sachs says. That call comes just months after Wall Street feared that an inverted yield curve was signaling an imminent recession. Remember, inverted yield curve, long-term versus short? Well, actually, that's changed. It's gone back. We're not inverted anymore. Just months after almost everyone on Wall Street worried that a recession was just around the corner, Goldman Sachs says a downturn is unlikely over the next several years. I don't know. In fact, the firm's economists stopped just short of saying that the U.S. economy is recession-proof. Okay, now I'm scared again. Okay? When you start talking, it's that hyperbole. An analysis Goldman conducted of the current potential risks to growth show that they are mostly muted. The report found that the pillars I've never heard this called this, of the great moderation. That's what they're calling these last 8 years. That began, well, no, they're actually from the 80s. That began in the 80s, low levels of volatility marked by sustainable growth and muted inflation, interrupted only by the financial crisis more than a decade ago, are still standing. Investors should be excused for getting a little nervous over such calls, as optimism also was heavy in late 2007. Okay? So we still have to watch this. We still have to analyze this. Just as the economy was about to enter the worst of the financial crisis. Overall, the changes underlying the Great Moderation appear intact, and we see the economy as structurally less recession-prone today. While new risks could emerge, none of the main sources of recession. So these are the key things. I'm reading you this, so hopefully this is in your dialogue with clients, right? Here's what I would be quoting. While new risks could emerge, the old risks, so could emerge, none of the main sources of recent recession. So what causes recessions? I won't ask you, I'll just read it. So none of the main sources of recessions, oil shocks, inflationary overheating, and financial imbalances don't seem concerning now. Okay? Just remember those three. As a result, the prospects for a soft landing look better than widely thought. A yield curve inversion, or a point where short-term government bond yields rise above the long-term duration counterparts, have stroked those fears. An inversion has correctly predicted each of the last 7 recessions, and in August, a New York Fed indicator that tracks the yield curve put risk of a downturn at 38%, the highest since the financial crisis. However, those fears have ebbed as tariff rhetoric has cooled and the yield curve has reverted. Okay.
I didn't know that was.
I didn't know that was a word either, but it is now. So we had that. We had an inverted yield curve. Okay. So again, we're here to interpret the tea leaves for our client. Okay. People want sometimes just homes to live in, but sometimes we want value, we want investment, we want to make money in real estate, save money in real estate. So we're here to advise them, and the more economic talk you can give them, the more comfortable they are with you, the more impressed they are with your abilities. So you're going to get that question. Every year we keep going up. In Atlanta, from the 2011, I'm going to guess our prices are up 2.5 times, maybe from the bottom. I mean, it's natural, if you have any sense, to go, how can this keep going, right? If you're a buyer. Well, there's real reason here, okay? There's real reason for that. So, what I'm trying to say is, things look as good as they possibly can be. If it was me selling, I would pretty much have time blocked the next 2 months. Let's get it done. All right, Stacy, let's go. Oh, also I'm going to send you this too. So this was a different article from NAR, but it's basically saying the same thing. You can see the forecast.
Very steady.
Very steady. Is Randy here? He's not here.
He's here.
Okay, so I owe you $1. I easily lost my interest rate prediction for the year. But you can see that they're predicting, I mean.
Yeah, Brad predicted we'd end the year at 5.75 and Randy at 5.375. You're both wrong, but you won.
Thank you for
That's
that,
a good
Stacey. Okay, so you can see if this actually holds 2020 3.8%, 2021 4%. You just don't know how tied the success of your business in real estate is to a low interest rate. It's huge. It's huge. A lot of you younger people don't even get that. Like this is like my first mortgage in 1984 was 10 1/8, and I was jumping up and down about it. Okay, never thought they'd hit 7. So 4 is just outstanding. Okay, and y'all never even seen interest rates rising. Believe me, when rates rise, what goes down? Price. I mean, it's affordability. For the same now higher rate, I can afford less. So this is fantastic for us. and good news. Again, we still watch it closely. When people say nearly recession-proof, my eyes going crazy. So we'll watch. I mean, there are some major things that we see every day on our news feed in play out there that could cause change quickly. Okay, so all good news. Show the other chart, the Gary chart.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite charts on the planet. We will get a new updated one in a month. So this is part of Gary's vision speech. He interprets the economy, his prediction for next year. So this is last year's, okay? A lot of you are familiar with this chart. I would use this chart for every buyer that has a concern about price. So, Gary, this is the long-term trend line for median home prices. And you can see from 89 to almost 2001, it trended exactly, okay? True. I heard Gary in 2006 predict major correction. He's the first guy I heard say it. And maybe one of the few that even said it ahead of time. Why did he say that? We're way above trend line, okay? And he was right. So we corrected all the way down here, okay? And you can see we've been watching all these years going, well, holy smokes, we were here, and now we're here. We're already up a ton. Can it go up any higher? Yes, Mr. Buyer, it can. We're not even at trend line yet. And I would predict, because of the way information works now, and everyone has information, we tend to have irrational exuberance. We tend to, everyone go the same way. I think we'll actually go way above trend line down here, okay? So I want to see where we are when this chart comes out next month, but I can show you that I'm very high personally. I'm a buyer, and I would say it'd be smart to buy, especially in this town, which has 10 to 15 great factors why this will go up. So use this chart. I think it's an easy explanation why I advise you to buy, and the prices I predict will go up. Okay? All good. Good stuff. So, we have a lot of fashion statements today. Jake going with the Michael Jackson look. Look at Renee. Turn sideways for us, Renee. Look at that.
Whoa, baby.
Look at that.
Woohoo.
I want you to be my realtor.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it. I like it. So, Bob O'Brien has brought us a great, looks like we're out. We got the message, Chick-fil-A is always a winner for these people. So, farmers.
Thank you, Brad.
I've seen a lot of your commercials. Y'all have covered that and done that. And,
everybody all together. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Well, thanks for having me back again. I've been here several times. I've worked with a lot of you over the course of the year. And good news for us in insurance, if your trend is good, so is ours, because people have to insure their home. So as you make those multiple touches to your clients, moving them towards a close, make it easy for them and give us a chance to insure them, or at least give them a quote and take that off their mind of something they need to get done to make it happen. I'm here for the reason to kick off the year. I was happy to sponsor the first year. I'm here to re-sign up for the vendor program. So, who's Rachel?
Rachel's not here today, but
Okay.
I can take it.
Who would like a check? Yeah, there you go. So just a couple things. I have a few things that I know you always love to get. Keychains. People just love, they don't. But I have some if you need some keychains. I have some pads. How many of these do you get from your vendors? I have 100 of them at my office from people that come visit me, but there's a few there. They're always handy.
always need pads.
You always need pads. Special pen. If you push it in, it's got a little red dot. It will not write if you do not take that little red dot off. So it protects the ink. So before you take one, make sure you know to take off the red dot. It's confused a lot of customers in my office when they're going to sign their contract, which is a problem. So now I take them all off. I've left you on your desk. I brought these last time. This is the new 2019-20 Dunwoody Chamber Guide for those of you that market in the Dunwoody general area. It's a great guide with a lot of really good information about Dunwoody, especially for people moving into the area. There happens to be my ad in it, so not that matters. But and then there's Flyer, which you may see out in various places in Dunwoody, because I have a lot of partner vendors, East 48th Street Market for those of you that eat there. And Orchard Park Cleaners also have my brochure. So If you see me around, other than in the crier and the reporter, that's probably where it is. Last thing I wanted to provide for you, it's back there along next to the Chick-fil-A. I'm glad it all went. I'll bring more next time, I guess, but it's better than having it left over. And when I left the house this morning, I said, I'm going to get something really healthy, like a veggie platter or something like that. My wife said, yeah, don't do that. So I didn't do that. I brought Chick-fil-A instead. Last time I brought Munchkins, and I got actually people hugging me as I left, so I might do that again next time. This is on the back there in a little bowl. The funny story about this is I sent these to all my kids, and I got a call from my son-in-law, who's a 42-year-old, recently retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force. He said, Dad, this is great. What the hell is it? And I sat there and thought for a minute. I'm going, he's flying. I don't know how expensive that plane is. Multiple millions of dollars. This is a laptop shutter for your camera. So it gives you privacy on a laptop if you don't want that camera active all the time.
That is wonderful,
Right? So that's what it is. There's a number of them back there. Please take one if you use a laptop. It goes right over the camera and it slides when you want to actually be seen when you're FaceTiming kids or whatever. Thanks for the opportunity. Good luck this year. Again, give us a chance to help you in your sales process. My promise to you is that we are immediately responsive. We get back the day you call or your client calls looking for a quote. And we're right here in Dunwoody. I have a full staff there. So there's someone in the office all the time. I'm not always in the office. Sometimes I'm out field more underwriting, but there's always someone there to answer your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob, the little camera.
You say so, I'll take
You notice that? Yeah. Okay. So, well, now I know. I had 10 of your pens. I threw every one of them out. I'm like, that ain't right. Red dot. I didn't know it. So, let's I'm always watching TV, just stuff around me, and how this can help real estate in my business. Okay? Any of you watched any of the football games this weekend? You noticed a commercial, I think it was Dodge, I'm not sure. The guy, burly guy, truck guy came in to the dealership to buy a truck. They immediately walked him out. There's a helicopter waiting. They flew him, which that's obviously extremely cool. You don't get to do that very often. Up into the mountains where they had the Dodge truck that he was looking at already hooked up to a major tractor trailer of 50-foot logs on an incline, mud incline, and said, drive it.
Wow.
Did it work?
Well, the guy's comment. Truck wouldn't start. No. I mean, the guy's comment, obviously, this commercial went. I can't feel there's a trailer behind me, right? Mm-hmm. But imagine that experience of you just going in, going, I want to drive this truck, and the guy going, oh, the payload is this, and you can pull. Versus one, you're being flown in a helicopter, right? Mm-hmm. And two, you're getting to pull the darn thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you can. I haven't figured it out yet, but if you can make that same experience happen in real estate, I mean, did that guy buy the truck?
Oh, yeah.
The guy didn't have to ask, right? Mm-hmm. If you can do the same thing in real estate, that's what we're looking for.
It's called a trailer.
Trailer as opposed to
Pull.
What did I say?
A house. Yeah, it said a house.
I didn't say that.
No. There were
Okay, there we go.
was a joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. So, how do we do that?
Get a helicopter pad here.
Well, no.
Step number one.
Well,
Let me get on the phone with Terry's management and see what I can do.
if we can figure that out, right? If you can even a fifth of that experience, okay? How do you make that better? When people come in to meet you and you're in a conference room looking at property, what makes that right? Right. It's pretty impressive to me. Okay? All right, top producers. So normally this time of the month we are going to tell you year-to-date top producers. We will not. This is the only month we don't in January because we would reveal who were our yearly winners, which we will do next month at our awards banquet. So, we will go on to the second week of the year, which is top producers for the month of November only.
No.
December only. Okay, so number one, they've been number one almost the whole year. It's funny, RJ, you know that this seat only belongs to one person, okay? And my preachers told me that the people that come sit up front are obviously the worst sinners. So RJ actually tried to. I know she's got issues going on. We'll talk about that later. But
You were so nervous that I was going to sit there. You were like sweating.
I couldn't
You were
have-
very disturbed
I
by
couldn't
that.
have done it.
Begged me to bump her.
So we moved her back a row. But all those things aside, she is a very big producer. So her and Jim, number one team. Jim and RJ McCarty, 2. Tara and Gary Gaines, 3. Kathy and Bill Haas, 4. Eddie Levin and Sam Klein. Congratulations. Groups, 3 or more licensed agents working together. Ming Joe team number 1. Ming will make $1 million. He might make 2 this year. Becky Witt Evans group, I would wager she's going to make 7 figures this year. 3 Providence group, 4 Alexander group. Congratulations. Top commercial agents, number 1, The King, Scott Morchower. 2, J.M. Scott. And 3, Rocky Kaufman. Congratulations. Love this. Top individuals, 1 to 15. A lot of new names. A lot of new names on this list. So number 1, Cynthia Pierce. Number 2, Dan Bangs. 3, Amisa Mason. 4, Liz Wellman. 5, Steve Spears. 6, Paige Pace. 7, MJ Thomas. 8, Toshma Graves. 9, Virginia Moran. 10, Gretchen Pachios. 11, Whitney Barnes. 12, Faith Brown. 13, Brandon Atkins. 14, our own Dominique Garrett. 15, Susan Eschbach. Congratulations. Okay, so it's interesting. I was having a conversation with Jeannie Posner yesterday. And interesting, if you know Jeannie, her 3rd year in the business, starting this year, but she last year just zoomed up. I mean, she's killing it now, okay? And we were kind of talking about that. So this might be a question for people that have been in the business longer than 3 years, but why is it common thought that kind of year 3 is a big jump in your business? I think there's logical reason.
Confidence.
Totally agree. So you have 2 years of, you're more confident and you know more. So I think a lot of success in this business, and most anything, is your biggest battle is your own self-speak. Okay? So you're new in the business, you're actually telling yourself, well, I don't know that much. Right? Or how can I help people? Right? So the longer you're in the business and go, wow, well, I do know some stuff and I know more stuff. And actually, I really am helping people. And actually, I've come across a lot of agents that have been in the business a long time that actually aren't very smart. Right? I mean, it's the truth. All of a sudden, your own self-speak is, wow, I can do anything I want, right? And she's at that point. What else? What else happens by year 3? Billy.
If you've heeded the advice of doing lead generation and sowed a lot of seeds, they start to germinate and those opportunities come to fruition.
Right.
That's exactly correct. So we now have 2 years of past clients. Probably one of the biggest things is, and she realized this, so when you're brand new, let's just say like Zach, you're brand new today.
Hello, Zach.
He's going to be the star. He's already tallest guy in the office. He's our center. We recruited him dual purpose. So Zach is starting basically from. Does Zach have a pipeline right now? No, he just started, right? So Jeannie now has realized that like if she starts calling people now, you're going to have a percentage of people that actually say, you know what, Jenny, we are going to buy this year, but it'll be May because of this reason. Like we have to finish school, or my husband's being transferred in May. Okay, so we mark that down for May. But for Zach, if he got that same answer, doesn't help him. It helps him in May, but not right now. Okay, so we're going to have some people that's great. We put them down the road, and we know it's going to be a deal. But she has the advantage now of all the people back in August, September, October that said, I'm going to start in January, right? She already has those in play on top of what she gets new right now. So I think if you talk to any top agent, if you ask them about their business and just their comfort level of their business, they're always going to answer, it's not really what they have under contract, or not even who they're working with right now, it is that pipeline. And when you feel that pipeline, like, wow, these 4 people said listing in February, and these 4 March, you feel good, right? So it's interesting, the longer you go in the business, you just have that past pipeline that's already fueling this month on top of the people that, I mean, you're going to have some people that go, yeah, thanks for calling, I need to list today. You're going to have that. But a lot of people are going to be, well, we have to get it ready. We have to stage our house and do some repairs. So I thought it was just interesting chat, kind of year 3 and how it really jumps at that point. Randolph, let's bring you forward. So certainty home loans.
We're here.
Yes, they got that.
I don't know where the rest of them went.
Brad's been coy today.
I have. You have.
Today is Brad's favorite day of the year.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Calendar day.
No.
Maybe not his favorite. It's
No.
second favorite.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
You got me. I'm still baffled.
Yeah.
Oh, calendar.
Oh, calendar day. Yeah, you're right. Second day. Yeah, daylight
Calendar
saving
day.
time's coming back on. It's my first day. Right.
That's
So this
right.
is
Number 2.
Right,
And
that's
then your
right.
birthday. I got around to one.
And school getting out. It's 3.
Yeah.
It's 3. It's 3. There we go. Okay, it's 3.
We've got desktop calendars for everybody. More than enough. And I think they're dated 2020.
Good.
Yeah, they're for 2020. So come get your calendars after the meeting. We'll be handing them out. And looking forward to a great year this year.
Good.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Randy Left, Certainty Home Loans, Matt, Paul on the team. We sit right next to Brad. We're here for you guys. You know, we're an alliance partner here, and the reason we're here is to give you guys support. You heard this speech yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
We're here to give you guys support, not only with your loans, but also materials and things like that, things that you guys can use to make your business go better. So also wanted to let you know that we have these in stock now. These are great little tools for you to use in your buyer consults. It's it's called the Path to Home Ownership, 10 steps to buying your first home. It's got all credit tips. It's got benefits of different types of loans, so forth and so on. It's a great little piece that you can put in your buyer consult so that they have something to take away. All right, we'll have some of these in the back to give away too. Rates. We had our bet last year. We both kind of lost, but you know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Come on, more.
I propose
I don't have a 1. I'll give it to you.
you go double or nothing for this year.
Yeah.
No.
But guys, rates right now they're in great shape. Okay, 30-year fixed, you're looking 3.6, 3.7, 3.8. I mean, well below 4. 15-year fixed, we're down around 3, 3.1, 3.2. I mean, they're just they're great rates. I know you said your first loan was at 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
I had a 15-year at 13%.
Wow.
In the 80s. Yeah, I go back that far. I was selling real estate back then. But look, guys, we're here for you. So get to know one of the 3 of us real well so we can help you in your business. Put us on your team. You won't regret it. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great 2020. Look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you.
So how many of you get your buyers pre-qual before you take them out?
That'll be everybody.
Okay. Why do we do that? Why do we have our buyers pre-qual?
So we don't waste our time.
Okay, the truth, that is the truth, right?
That's not how we say it.
That's not how we say it, right? But the truth, there's
They're a
nothing,
stronger buyer.
there's probably a few things more aggravating, but it's one of the tops.
And happy.
You go out and show property, takes you 3 times to go out, you find the property, you get it under contract, and then they don't qualify. That's not good, okay? So the truth is, we are getting them pre-qualified because we want to work with someone that can actually buy. That's the truth. That's not what we say to them, right? Right, so what do we say? Why do we, Virginia, talk to me, I'm your buyer, tell me to go talk to Randy?
Well, you need to talk to Randy so you know exactly where you qualify. A lot of people qualify for far more than they actually want to spend.
Right.
And so that you're comfortable with the numbers, it's in your best interest to get that range now.
It's perfect.
Okay, so we're presenting, we're always presenting for their benefit, right? What's the benefit for them, RJ?
Well, no one's going to take them seriously if they find a house
Right.
and other people like it too. You're going to lose it because you're running around getting pre-qualified.
Right.
You're going to lose the house because
Okay,
that's
so-
the first question the seller asks is where's the pre-approval, not pre-qual. Pre-approval.
Correct. So in this market, which
Yeah,
could
you
get a
need to
little
be
crazy
ready.
again,
The heartbreak of losing a house. We don't
Right.
want that for you.
there could be multiple offers. You're out if you don't have a pre-qual letter. So we need to have that ahead of time, or pre-approval even better. Okay, that's very understandable. That's why I need to do it. What else? Anything else anyone says?
Well, it's a little similar to what RJ said, but it actually benefits them because it makes them look as like a cash buyer. They're a stronger buyer, and they will actually, they may beat out another offer that where the terms, the price terms are better, just because they're qualified.
There we go. So what would be the pushback? Why would you say that to buyer and they go, I don't want to do it? What's their fear?
I've already had my credit pulled by somebody else.
Okay, what else?
A lot of them just say that they think they know it, which,
Yeah. They've gone online and they've put all their information into one of those little calculators. So they've decided that they've figured out what they can afford.
Okay, does anyone, they're not ready to commit to a loan officer yet?
Yes.
Yes, okay? So let's solve all that when we say it to them, okay? Randy and Matt and Paul have the skill. Once they talk to them, they'll convince them to work to them. So I would say, RJ, I want you to call Randy Lipp. He's very, very good. They're a 4-man team. They're tops in the country for their company. There's no obligation. I'm going to say that, okay? I'm going to say also that this doesn't take much time. This will take 5 minutes. You're verbally giving them your assets, debts, wages, and they will tell you what you qualify for. Not that you have to buy at that price, but what I don't want to happen to you and little Katie is that y'all go find a house you fall in love with and then you can't pre-qualify. Okay, that's a reason again for them to do it. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Okay, the real reason is I don't want to spend 3 weeks and you can't qualify. I mean, that's the truth. Okay, yeah.
Getting pre-approved allows us to shorten the time limits in the offer,
Absolutely.
which makes us more competitive.
That's true too. And we'll be talking every week, but we might get back into crazy competitive.
Can I speak to that for just 1 second?
Hey.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
We've had several deals last year where when the buyer got pre-approved, we didn't have to ask them for a bank statement. We didn't have to ask them for a pay stub. And in a couple occasions, we didn't have to do an appraisal. So when the agent presented the offer, the only contingency was due diligence.
Pretty strong, right?
Pretty strong. Tell me in a multiple offer situation, that's pretty strong.
Pretty big. Thank you. All right, so again, I'm a pad guy. Actually, I'm a calendar guy. I love the calendar. My dad, who's 90, called up and said, "Hey, can you get me a calendar?" This was like 2 weeks ago. I said, "Yeah, actually, Randy had a big stack of them." I said, "I'll bring you one." So then he goes,
Call back the next day and ask for it.
"What does it look like?" They have multiple sizes, and I'm like, "Damn." I took a picture. I'm bringing you this. That's it. But they are. I love working off this calendar. I love having it where I work that I can quickly see the week. All pads have a use. This is a really important pad. It's small, but fits right
Was your
here.
dad able to get the pen to work?
Call me about some red dot. I don't know. So, no, but I love this pad, okay? I mean, we talk about one skill in life and business is memory systems, remembering stuff, okay? Most of us are bad at it. For a guy, it's easy, okay? We always have this pocket. I would never not be carrying this. Okay, we're showing property, we think of something, we got to call someone. Okay? Once I'm finished with the client, I go back, put this where all these are supposed to be, but I love having a small pad in my pocket.
Note
Always.
to self, bring more pads.
There we go. There we go. So find ways that you can remember stuff, not forget. So let's talk New Year. One, we have a lot of a tailwind behind us. We've already figured out that things look pretty good. And a lot of people, I met with a lot of you have a lot bigger goals. What are we doing new this year? Okay? Pretty sensible. We get tired of the quote, to expect something new or bigger and do the same thing. Okay, we're tired of that quote. But what are we doing new? Just speak out. What are you doing to get more business? What strategy is new for this year?
Keller Offers is new.
Okay. That's right. And that's a cool thing that we can compete with the iBuyer world. But I'm saying personally, in your own business, anything that you can say, I am doing this different.
I'm actually pre-qualifying people. That's new and good.
Yes. You might, if last year you worked with someone for a month and that went to zero, that is a good thing. Who else? I met with y'all. Y'all have tons of things.
I'm going to be
Jen.
the open house queen. So if anyone wants me to hold an open house, I'm going to do it every weekend, every Sunday.
There we go.
Oh, Janet.
And Janet's like me. My whole career was built on open houses. I had a skill to connect with people in less than 30 seconds. And in less than 5 minutes, they wanted me to be their agent. So she recognizes that. She has the same skill. So why wouldn't you be doing that? Sunday's your top day, right?
Yep.
Plain and simple. What else? Come on.
I'm doing a lot more face-to-face and what you would call lead generation. The last couple years, I've done a lot of lunches.
Right.
I try to do at least one a week.
Right.
And that has, and you don't even have to talk about business, but then all of a sudden you're like giving you referrals.
Yeah.
So, because I'm not an in-your-face person.
Okay.
Except
That's all right.
for you.
Right, there's ways to do it. Right. Who else?
Just like she said, I want to do more open houses like every other weekend, as well as implementing that I go at a certain pace, not to end up burning out, because, I feel like that's very important, not to overwork yourself so you can just kind of see things from a clearer perspective.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Toshma, quit being so quiet. So Toshma, one of the most impressive people last year in the office. She set a goal, much bigger goal. For 12 months, she totally implemented that goal every day and hit her goal. And she has bigger goals this year.
Thanks.
No, that's not true. So what you're doing? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to make the bigger goal?
Well, I'm leveraging this year.
There we go. That should be the answer. For some people, that is the answer. If you're making 150, you're starting to tap out on the time game. You're running out of time in your day. So you're either going to do more business and die, or you're going to hire somebody. So she gets this. So yeah, that's cool. What else? Pierce, how about you?
Leverage.
Okay. So here's a great story. Here's someone that's been in this 130 years.
And happened to be number one in the month of December. Individuals.
Well, but you had your best year ever, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you've been in business 35 years. And let's just be real. In the last 10 years back, did a huge number. And you actually declined.
Just for a couple years.
Okay, correct.
It's been pretty
Right.
consistent.
And you didn't like it.
No.
Right, and and Pierce is competitive, if
Yeah,
you know
no.
her. So, probably blew away the best year you've ever had, right?
Yeah,
And you're doing more this year, right?
way more.
Right, and you're doing that.
But I'm not.
You're doing that with leverage, correct? Right, and this is all Keller Williams stuff. It's the hardest
It's
part.
called the MREA book. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it.
What the color is?
Yes.
Yes, but it's hard. It's hard once we're in the real estate business to actually now have to hire properly and manage people. But your business will double and more once you get to that piece where all the daily stuff that needs to be done to make good on your promises to your clients is done even better than you did them. And instead of going to play tennis, you are with more clients and lead generators.
I would say that I have an accountability coach, and the mindset changed for me, because sometimes when you have a bad year or what you think is a bad year, you know, you're kind of like mentally going, you're attracting that to you, right? So I think that spending a year hearing positive reinforcement and changing my mindset had a lot of impact on how I dealt with people, and not just changed how I felt about people, I think, and I think that's huge. And so it was a combination of mindset and accountability, and picking up that 1,000-pound phone, which I still, mine weighs now like 1,200 pounds. But yesterday I made a commitment and I exceeded it by 2 calls. Okay, that's not a lot, but you know, I just made a commitment. I said, okay, I'm going to get this done no matter what. What is your one thing, no matter what, to affect your business? And I did that, and I felt pretty good about it, because then I was like, whoa, this isn't all that hard, right?
Right.
It's hard.
And that's the important point. A lot of us go from 0 to 80 miles an hour. When we figure out we haven't been doing something, you know, I'm overweight, I'm going to lose 190 pounds, okay? Which would put me at like 10 pounds. Be more than that. So, but I'm just saying, we all do that. We all set, you know, I haven't run in 5 years, so, you know, I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. I mean, that's the way we do it, and so we never do it. Versus, same thing with lead gen. I haven't lead gen, I never call people, so I'm going to start calling 3 hours a day starting tomorrow. It's never, you might do it one day, maybe. Let's just make 2 calls.
No,
Okay?
2 more than my goal.
Right.
My goal was 10, so I thought, okay, 10. If you can't do 10 calls, you're a loser.
You did 10 or 2?
I did 12.
Okay, so there we go. But I mean, even start with 2, start somewhere. The next week do 3. You'll find that this business is happening and it's not very hard. So we all have that problem. Here's someone that's one of the tops in the office. There's very few people that just go hopping and skipping to make, but once you start seeing it happening, and it's really not that hard, and we're just chatting, and this is an important time to be doing this with what we're saying is going on out there. So, very good. A lot of people have way bigger goals that aren't unrealistic. They're not just setting crazy goals unrealistic. These are realistic goals that can be achieved, and it's pretty cool to see. Paul, let me get you up here before. So Paul with Gannick, these guys, nothing like them. Our attorneys, they protect us. They'll take our call at 11 at night. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's important. I mean, if you've ever had a deal messing up at 11 at night for a closing next day, it's kind of nice you can read somebody. So, Paul.
Good morning, everybody. Paul Yaku with Gannick. 2 things I want to touch on. One I've touched on in the past. Debbie and I spoke about this yesterday in our closing. Title insurance, and I have a story. 2 weeks ago, we did a closing for a seller who purchased a home as a foreclosure in August. Lo and behold, there was a home equity line of credit that wasn't wiped out in the foreclosure. The foreclosure, security deed that was foreclosed on was from 2006. The same debtor had a HELOC from 2005. Wasn't wiped out. Lucky for him, it was a local Georgia credit union. Nonetheless, he had to pay it. And that debtor cashed out on that equity line. It was $30,000. Needless to say, he wasn't happy. By saving $400 in his title insurance premium when he bought it as a cash in August, he had to pay $20,000 at our closing. and he didn't even reap the benefits of the home equity loan. So nonetheless, get your title insurance. I don't care if you're holding a property and flipping it the next day, or if you're going to sit on it for the rest of your life. Get your title insurance. It's good to the day you die. I cannot reiterate that enough. Number 2, new recording fees took effect January 1st. It's no longer $10 for page 1, $2 for each additional page. It's a flat fee, $25 for the deed, $25 for a security deed, $25 for a cancellation, you name it. So, Gannick has always done, from the companies I've worked for, Gannick is the only one that never charged you guys for the deed prep for your customers at closing. Other firms will charge you $100, $125. Gannick never did it. And Gannick always ate the recording cost, which was $10, sometimes $12 if it was a 2-page deed. Now it's gone up to $25. So Gannick just basically asked, make sure you tell your client if they want to add their spouse or adult child on title, that's not a problem. We can prepare the deed. We won't charge you for it. Just bring a check for the $25. That was new. And I actually there's a few other miscellaneous recording costs depending on the recordable instrument that's being recorded at the courthouse. I'm going to give this to you, Stacy. Pass it along, share it with everybody. That way you know going up what costs are. So $25 for us, for the lenders, I think is a beautiful thing. There's no more calculating how many pages is a security deed. It's a flat fee. I don't care if it's an 8-page deed, 20-page deed, $25. And that's it.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Thanks for the tip. You hear what he said? Easily number 1 rule. I mean, we're here for a lot of reasons for our clients. One is to protect them. They don't do this every day. Tell that story if you don't have a story. You have to get your client to buy owner's title. You have to. There's the story. Just tell that story. Plain and simple. It is what we do to protect them. And luckily it was 30. Could have been 200. Absolutely. Right. And I got stories same. So get them to understand why they need to buy owner's title. It's important to them. Okay. Listings and caravans, what do you got? I know there's a lot of listings. Tosman.
I have a very, very charming 2-bedroom, 2-bath bungalow in East Point, Jefferson Park. Just went on the market below $200,000, $199. So my seller is ready to make a move. So please see me. We have a empty nester or roommates or someone works at the airport. It's literally 8 minutes from the airport. No highway.
Okay, let's back up. Stacy's training.
Yes. The update on Lynn. Lynn suffered a concussion as well as a severe cervical sprain. She's on drugs. She'll be better. Time, rest, therapy. She's going to be okay. You know, it's just going to be time. Because she also has a vacation planned, we haven't rescheduled the GAR Forms class yet. So as I texted you this morning, I'll let you know. But it's Trixie. Next Tuesday, after sales meeting, we have our buddy Kevin Theobald from FMLS to teach how to use Remind. It's a free service through FMLS and could be really good for your business. Cool tricks and tips you can share with your clients. And we have a killer Ignite class, just awesome, big, robust class. And any agent is welcome to pop into any class. Schedule's posted at Allison's desk. And we are excited.
Good. Excellent. All right, back to listings and caravans. Katie.
I have 3 listings. One is listing tomorrow, walkable to Marietta Square in Marietta City District for $29.9. 4 bedrooms, only 3 years old, really beautiful in Monget, if you're familiar with that neighborhood. I have one that's just listed right before Christmas, Peachtree Corners, Dunwoody line. 5 bedrooms, fully finished basement. We're price reducing already to $550. We're at $559. So they're ready to go. They've already moved out. It's vacant. So that one's right on Dunwoody Mill, that area. Then the third one is listing in 2 weeks. It's Marietta, East Cobb, Wheeler High School, really close to 75. It's totally, completely updated, 4 bedrooms also, and it's going to be $319.
Nice.
Talk about big
listing-
goals next year.
3 listings by the 7th. Sweet. Billy Boy.
New listing, 2-story traditional in Vanderlyn. The price is gonna be $457,900. It is on Woodsong Trail on Iconic Street in Dunwoody. Detached garage. It's a great house. Lots of hardwood floors. See me if you have anybody looking in Dunwoody.
Iconic, huh? I thought there'd been serial killers living on
We used to live on that.
Yeah, okay, there we go, I knew that,
I have a
okay.
new listing coming up in Brookhaven. It's off of Havenbrook Way and Osborne Road. 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage, updated, $450, coming on next week.
Nice. Cynthia.
New listing in Brook Farm in Littlebrook for $675, 4-side brick, nice patio, master on main, really, really good floor plans, somewhat updated. Available starting Friday.
Does it have a basement?
No basement.
Christine.
New listing coming up in this week in Snellville, newly painted, hardwoods on the main level, 3.5, fully finished basement, huge fenced-in backyard, Gwinnett County Schools, $250.
Nice. Johnny.
New price going into the new year. It's in McKeitron, Post Hill Road High School, West Cobb. 5-bedroom, 4-bath, built in 2014. It's got a lot of extras that have been added in the house. So, $445.
Very nice. Who else? Okay. Mentally have this talk with yourself. The time is now. I've never seen factors converge like the business that's happening now. Talk with yourself and I'm working. What if business is there, I'm working. I'm working late, I'm getting up early. I'm working weekends. You will be very glad come into March what's happened. And you're already set up for the whole year if you do that.
Yep.
Okay? Really good. All right, excited about this year big time. So you got the email about the next Monday national championship.
Clemson LSU.
Very good game for those in the know. No cost, okay? I can't remember how much we're giving away, $600-700. No cost to you. All you got to do is you got the email. Email me back your score. Define both teams. What you think, who will win and the score. Okay? You're in the contest. Plain and simple. The reason I do this is one, we want to do it, it's fun, but two, hopefully you can do this with your own database. Okay? You don't have to give away $600. But you could give away 100 for first, 50 for second, 25. So if you send this out, get rid of my name. The rules are right there. Send it out to your database. You'll be shocked at how many people respond. This is back and forth. It's great back and forth between. It's so easy. Okay? That's one reason we're doing this. Just get rid of me and it's you. The whole rules are there. You'll be surprised how many people go, this is great, this is exciting. Okay? But all you got to do is email me your score and you're in the game. Plain and simple. All right. Looking very good. Bold starts a week from this Friday. Talk to me if you want to be in there. We actually have John Prescott, who's the head of Bold, teaching us. It's Bold 2.0, so it's all new. They've been listening for years. All the rah-rah's gone. No more reporting numbers and all that stuff. It's real stuff. No more calling for sub owners. It's real stuff. And it's been reported to be very good. Come see me. There's some things we can do to help you that make it even more interesting. Come see me if you want to be in Bold. Ignite started yesterday. Got a big class, got a great class. So a lot of action going on. So go get it. It's right now. Time's now. All right. Y'all have a good one. See you now. Thank you, Bob.
One more fuzzy.
Thanks.
I've started to do my touches. I've been doing use the Keller Williams social media thing. I use the one for Christmas and the one for New Year. We're actually customized my picture on there and everything like that. So it's pretty cool. So I got a good responsibility. So I probably did in the last 30 days. Probably to my dad. A lot of it's been said.
Wash it. You kind of laugh. We're just going in They said I wanted it there this year.
Here's that. This so this was the template, right? And you're able to move like this around. You're able to put my picture on there. And then same with my picture, the Keller Williams, and I just kind of shifted that around. So that was one, right? Let's say there's a program that you can just cut your head out. This is what I did for my community newsletter here. Actually, this is that
All right, my man. My laptop already has a little shutter on it. So
you can peel it off and put a good one on.
Yeah, $1 million question is if you used your constables. Your constables. Remember? The Christmas party. The constables.
Oh, the constables. I thought you were saying constables, and I was like, constables. So I
constables actually police.
So, no, yes, I have. I used them, yeah. And the big dish, I didn't tell you. So we had the Christmas party on the 17th, so we had the dinner party at home on the 21st, and I made shrimp and grits. So I used that great big huge bowl to put that in. The presentation, I was great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the breakfast sounds great.
I like it. did.
So does my wife, and so does my son, so I'm constantly
It's
great.
There you go.
All right, I gotta have to
When's
read.
your wife going?
No, she had already.
Oh, how's
Thank God she's doing recovering better this time than last time. She had it on the 18th. She was in the hospital. She came home like 4 nights later. And thank God.
Yeah,
But I've had my hands full.
I know you're at. Let me know when you're ready to start out.
I will. Looking forward to getting a 30-minute break and do it.
Good.
So that was that one, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's easy. I mean, it just takes time to like move things around, on the.
But it's not difficult to see, right?
It takes time. Once you get, and then I did this one in my newsletter. So this is kind of like in the newsletter in our neighborhood. It's like 600 homes.
Yeah.
So when any home values on the rise, contact me. And this is kind of the update that I pulled down from the list. I got certified as a military relocation specialist. So I just kind of did that one.
Also, I love everything that
When she say physically, we just
So that was kind of all within the last, like I said, probably like 30 days. Getting that to like 600, homes. That would actually work really well. And I did this on all the different sites. My LinkedIn, I had over 1,000, hits on it. So it worked pretty good. Yeah, so I need to kind of start turning these into,
left shoulder, right shoulder.
Hey, you about
Very well done.
My wife and I just got the text the other night. My daughter was on top of the mountain.
It's like, ah!
And got the post too. They've been dating 5 years. It's very good.
When I walked in,
Very
first one, and you said Bob.
That's my oldest daughter. And my second daughter's getting married October 24th. That's the one that had been. And then my son will be 21 next month, so we're all still costing me a fortune. I gotta pay for weddings.
To get married
What I love about my daughter is like, hey, I'd rather have money for a house. And I'm not, so we found this venue up in Dawsonville. $10,000 includes the venue. It's outside. It has, you can go inside where you get DJ. They do food trucks and photographer and everything. The only thing it'll pay for, and that includes up to $125.
It's on your visor. Be careful because
Well, now, I said, what's the catch? She goes, I'm new. I don't have many weddings, so I need, you all are gonna be mine. She goes, now my price is gonna go up because I'm already booking in 2021. She goes, I think what you just paid 10 for, probably 14. And she goes, she was very honest. And then her husband's, putting up decorations. I mean, they were already done with it. They're still putting concrete. It's called Little Farms. So if you, there's a lake, so when you go behind their house, there's the field and all that. The barns to the left, little area where you're gonna get married, sit, everybody's sitting there, and walk down the aisle. On a hot day, the sun off there. And then there's a stage where you can have everybody up there with the barns, and behind the lake. Behind the lake, big hill, and it's gonna be in October. So all the leaves are gonna be red and orange.
As a fee to do this. They don't charge any,
little.
you basically buy it back at this price that they're negotiating price, not the price they set live, whatever. And then you must buy your fees.
Dallas, Georgia.
Right, now it's just basic.
Good. I even had somebody with low credit scores, and I got a 4%. You know, low credit scores. So conventional is going to be, I haven't looked at one in a while. Like Randy said, 3.6, 3.7. Depends on the score. FHA is probably 3.6, 3.7. VA is the same. The loan limits went up on all of them. Remember, the FHA has the one-time or spot approvals now. We're trying to find out the VAs that'll follow that. That would open up business. You have a lot of vets. They don't want a yard. They want to, some of them are disabled. They need a condo, and elevators, and ramps. And hey, good morning, guys. So, anything I can help you with, or?
Right now, just I got a couple things that I'm trying to.
They're all gray.
I may come back to you probably sometime. A stack of those books. Because I like to send them out to.
Got enough boxes?
Those books are great. So what I want to do is kind of like, I like to do it as a letter. Right? It's kind of like a
Sure, the cost
please and Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year.
Well, I mean, we just treated it so it's in here.
And this would go to revenue for your thinking about buying houses, right? So it would be, something that would say, here's kind of like 10 things you need to be
Maybe send that chart that he likes to show.
Yeah, 10 things you need to be thinking about.
Good morning.
For the next year, the next
Well, it's not even,
year.
before you engage and start even thinking about it, you need to have down payment, you need to get, before you pre-approve, you don't make a big purchase, those type things, right? As you
Keep saving money.
Exactly, as you're thinking about like buying a house, it's almost like, it's a summary of the book, right? That says, when you're, as you're, because most of these kids are probably
Were there,
27
was there
to
enough space?
30, so a lot of them haven't purchased yet, kind of like in your daughter.
So they've been saving money left and right.
Right, so it's almost like, they're probably going to be thinking about it, and then when they go to think about it, it's like, oh crap, I didn't really want to spend that. So what I do is basically, kind of set the stage for them. That's like, here are things you need to be doing if you're going to buy a house within the next, 6 to 18 months, or whatever.
I gave that her fiance, now fiance now, is accountant. So I did a couple estimates for her, and they loved it.
Well, like you're talking the calculator, or like if you
No, I did the actual, the sheets. And it just, 100 looked right at it and said, this is what I need.
I like to see it, even if they change the numbers, whatever.
And I did, hey, if the seller pays $2,000 in closing costs, instead of bringing 20 to the closing, you're bringing 18. And you know, show them FHA, you gotta show, they make too much money for the first time home buyer. But, they want to, their goal is to have 10%. But,
Yes, it's Virginia. I want to do, I just heard from Virginia. He said he thinks that they're going to take an offer. She's still on board, but she has to talk to him after work today. So, we'll hear something soon. Yeah, he said he thinks they're going to accept your counter offer. But
all right, I'll share it with you.
Have to talk to him again before they move forward. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
You know, the stamps cost 50 cents.
Even if you're. And it's almost like
Well, I'm just thinking about like.
Yeah, they're nurses, there's some doctors, some are vets, some are, I mean, they're all professional, young professionals.
That would be good. That would be definitely one.
Hey, it's Virginia.
Yeah, all right.
I haven't heard
Good deal.
His communication, he's been very good the whole time. So I just emailed him, texted him, and called him, and emailed him. So as soon as I hear something, I'll call him. He did send me an email late last night, because first I sent an email before he wrote the offer to see if it was still available. And then I sent the offer, he signed it, and he sent me an email very late last night that yes, it was available and I could show it. Okay. So, anyway, I'll talk to you soon as soon as I hear something.
Excellent.
I got more.
Yeah.
Well, he's a newer agent, and I don't know if we have this a lot with immigrants, different minorities. They find somebody that speaks their language, because English is not his first language, and then he's new to the business, so he may just not have our work standards. I don't know, but he's been very nice. He's just been very slow. But I left a message, and he's a new agent, and we can tell by your license number, and our license numbers are on the contracts. So, anyway, as soon as I hear something, I'll give you a call. All right, have a great day. Bye. Okay, I think I'm good for lunch. My email is weird. Like it's right now. Email coming through from hours ago. I'm gonna have to call Robert. And have to, like they're not pushing my Bell South emails, which is my Keller Williams email. They're not pushing through.
I've been having problems, like if I attach something, I'll send the email and then say nothing's attached. And then I know I attached it because I always open them up to make sure I'm sending the right document.
Right. I open them 3 times to make sure I'm sending the right person.
And then I can see where they received it and there's no attachment. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm just double checking the ones that just already came in. Because once I put it away, I
Hey, I was scheduled to take a meeting.
because you know I didn't check email this morning, so.
And I was scheduled.
Okay, so it did have previous. Okay, and there was no referee contact, because you said there was no waiver needed, right? So none.
I mean, because
I get confused with Rachel
And then they don't know what's in the money, right?
where's Rachel? She's
And
not
then
still
I'll do the
here.
treatment information.
She's just helping virtually.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, I gotta figure out a way to print it real quick, sign it, and scan it back.
She just sent me an email and went, "She's
Right
not
now.
here."
And I'll copy you on that when I send it back. Yes, sir.
because of that situation, there goes another $2. At the end of the day, no matter all the hours that you commission, you $5 per hour you put in, you're going to get paid $100 an hour, you're going to get paid $35. there's gonna be some that's gonna
Good. Hey,
drive
Trina.
crazy, and there's
Nice to
gonna
see
be
you.
some that.
And then we know about different services that you guys have. I was wondering if we want to meet on like by residents. You know, because what was interesting is over the holidays, we have Christmas trees and everything.
Yeah. So you're,
Whatever.
Dylan does it.
Show you a picture of me, how what this is.
Yeah,
Kind of like in my tree.
In your tree? Oh.
I was like, okay.
So it got in the house somehow.
Do
you ever hear anything in the attic or anything?
Yeah, when they went to
No.
Stuart was just here. He just walked out to the director of the wildlife division. That's okay.
No, I'm just saying as far as like, which amendment do I need to look for?
Oh, yeah.
Help me navigate this situation.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how you go as far as you do without breakfast on your table.
At least it's not as bad as you on board. Dental appointment this morning, I've been up my best seats.
you can still call her.
Yeah.
And got to the dentist for my 9 o'clock appointment.
Well, just, I'll tell you what, if you email me your contact information, then I'll have Stuart call you, book a free inspection, and then you can go to the whole courthouse and tell you, you have an opening here, it needs to be sealed, and you have an opening down here, you know, that kind of stuff. Just to get a wildlife inspection, and then, have you heard anything about our single program?
Just from what you had.
Too bad you
So
didn't get
basically,
it too, jingle bells.
playing this together. It's every other month pass, reach your termite coverage, and then once you're a single customer of the wildlife, like if you get rats, we come and get a pound of track.
But it's been a good relationship.
If you want a roof line exclusion, then obviously we do that, but that's outside that plan. So where we install the metal around and, you know, but like, mild entry points, like you would want to do the work for Stewart if there's anything to do. You would want to do that and then move to the Singo. Usually it's a $295 initial, but we went into that for real estate. And it's $59. You're billed $59. But we service you every.
So I was just gonna put it back in the.
And if you have a house in between, it doesn't cost. There's no reason.
I'm gonna go see if she's there, but if not.
Good. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for
We would let them take theirs out, we would put ours in, or if they're not out by the time we get there, we bag them up, that way when they get there, it's not.
Oh, you did, okay.
You know what I mean, they can take it with them there. Because that is unsupervised, active ingredient. And we all have a responsibility to go out and get our stations. But that's also, in our industry terms, that's just a site transfer. So the people who make that system, it's good all the way around. It keeps them with the best system. That is the best system on the market. The Centricon always active, which is what Arrow is. We use it, you know, always use it. That's the way to go.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
But, and then honestly, you know, I'm the general manager, so I'm not going anywhere. This is
That's my under 40 card.
Anybody who deals with me, that's my work cell.
It's hard for me to have a reclaim my card.
And then Stuart,
People my
you know, I
age
just
can't
brought
see
Stuart
the
to
fine
work.
print.
He's an expert in the wildlife guy. Not just you because you're.
I would not put my picture.
We don't have a mission sales.
Okay, where are the things that got
No
left?
cars,
Huh?
no gas, no
I want one of the
insurance,
camera
no
covers.
person, no
Oh, is that
liability,
bad?
no commission.
They take
So we have.
I have one
They
for
might
you
have
if
took
you want one.
Stuart and I own the GM and he's the director, so there's no commission in it for us.
Well, send
We
them to
bid the
people
jobs,
in his
and it's
note and
based on time and
say,
material.
this is
So
absolutely
it's a
great
real
tool,
life,
and if you don't know what it is, give me a
you know,
call.
job that is based on,
Get rid of
you
them.
know,
Get rid of
not
them.
this crazy number over here that you can try to get because somebody's gonna get this piece and another guy's gonna get this piece. It all goes back to the bottom line, you know what I mean, so. But just, if you email me your information, I'll get Stuart to call you today.
Okay, I'm here in the office today for a while, so if he's still here,
He's gone.
Okay.
He's going up to 1 o'clock that he doesn't want to be late to.
Okay.
It's kind of a ride, but
So the email, send me just something to that right now here.
and then, you know,
that way he can come over and do a full inspection for you and
Okay.
tell you
I'm
what's
just-
going on.
so I gotta get
And
stuff
then
here.
to get going on the Singo, and he may get over there and say, look, you know, there's not enough here to warrant doing a one-off job. We'll just do this as part of the Singo initial.
Okay.
Because we do some small mechanical stuff on the initial anyway. Like where pipes are coming in the house, brick, we'll seal that with, you know, either foam or silicone or something like that. So we do some of that already. He may get over there and find some extra entry points that are up high and stuff like that, but that's what he's an expert looking for. I can't see that stuff unless it's, you know, staring me in the face, you know. But it's $59. So your first, when the day that we come there and we do like, it's 3 hours worth of work basically, it only costs you $59. And then next month, in perpetuity, and then you've got a direct line to me, any issues,
All right.
whatever,
Sounds good.
whatever you want. So
I'll send you my contact stuff and.
Yeah.
But
get rid of the squirrel first.
Yeah. Well, I actually got him out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So and I wish I had. I mean, gosh, I can't. So it was like.
We've had reports of several squirrels getting into the living space.
So it was actually in the living space.
Yeah.
Right. And we were at you know, out of town, and my son's like, "What's this?" Right. And it's like, and it was small. I mean, you know, it kind of looked like a squirrel, I think. I mean.
Was it a baby gray squirrel? Or,
I have no
or was it a fox squirrel? Was it dark?
No, it was light. It looked like.
It was probably a baby gray squirrel.
Where is it? It's like driving me crazy now. But it's like, what is this? And you know, of course, he's there by himself.
Of course.
So it's like, oh, here it is.
Wow.
This point, I will tell you.
I think, I mean, it's no bigger than that big. I mean,
You gotta, so when you and Stuart hook up,
Yeah.
you gotta ask him, because I'm not sure if that's not a baby, that could be a baby, what do they call those? What did I just say? Fox squirrel.
but yeah, see.
And those are cool. They're actually beautiful.
It was like, oh, you can't see him, but he was like on the thing here.
Gray squirrels really have like gray
Yeah,
tails.
it's not, you
And,
know.
for a second there, I was like, it looks like a big bat.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that looks like a baby, either a baby flying squirrel or a baby fox squirrel.
well, they said, well, because what he did was, so if you see like this thing, he was in the tree and he climbed up this wall here and he was underneath, you know, there's like some molding up there. So my son, you know, he's like, all right, how do you get this thing down? So he got this like, he was like underneath there. So he got this like, you know, whatever he needed.
Stitching.
And he like, nudged him out, and he got him down, and then they had the door open and kind of went outside.
Good.
So, you know.
Perfect.
But
They don't want to be trapped in the living space.
Yeah, so.
They want to be able to go in and go out.
But he said he jumped from like 10 foot, and he said it looked like he had.
He was
kinda
probably a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
I bet you that's what Stuart says. I'll wait to let him judge. Because
So it was like.
that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
They can go.
Yeah.
I mean, they can.
Well,
go.
he said he jumped like 10 foot, you know, it's like, they're like, whoa, you know. So, but anyways, they got him out, but he was like, they were small. I was like.
Yeah, and they have a different sound too. They're nocturnal, unlike gray squirrels. Gray squirrels are daytime squirrels, so they make all their noise during the day. These things get up there and they literally roll around and play and all that, and that's what it sounds like. It sounds like some animals rolling around at night instead of rats. Rats, you kind of hear that. But these things, when they're in your attic and they're above you, it sounds like they're rolling around and playing and stuff. So there's a little bit of difference, but they're both nocturnal, like bats and rats and mice. So, but yeah, we'll get on it, man. Just you know,
I was like, what the hell is this? You know, so.
Stuart, you'll be blown away with Stuart. He's got a knowledge set that he doesn't pull it out on everybody.
Yeah.
That joker is an expert.
Well, cool. I'm going to send you stuff right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock out this thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help.
So I'm up in Alpharetta, so you know, if he, I'm sure he
We're
gets.
good. We're good.
Okay.
He lives in East Cobb. I live in Roswell. We got one of our guys, Kevin Albertson, he lives in Alpharetta.
Okay.
We got another guy in Marietta, another guy in Canton, Woodstock area. We got you covered. I've got to figure this thing out. Okay. Email a date.
I was glad that I saw you out there. I'm like, oh, good, I gotta talk to him.
I gotta go find somebody to help me print something and scan something.
Well, good talk. Hey, thank you very much.
I'll be right back in here. Yeah, good talking to you. Absolutely.
Negative separate.
Yeah, be right there.